Shut up and sit down.
Hello folks, Colin here, Festa 67's Workshop, and welcome to kit number 85 of Build the 1967 Mustang Eleanor from the film Gone in 60 Seconds. And yes, this is brought to us by our mates at Fanhome. Now, you want to build along with me folks, follow this link. There is a clickable version in the description below. And that will take you to the Fanhome website where you could take out a subscription for this iconic 1/8 scale model. You will not be disappointed, folks. Today we're finishing off the engine bulkhead with the left side bulkhead with the speaker. And we've got the suspension, screws and the speaker retaining bracket, folks. And this is where it's going on our Eleanors today on this side. Just to finish off what we've been doing in the last couple of issues. Nice concise instructions showing you how to mount your speaker, which is going in there. And then obviously the retaining bracket, etc. Putting in the suspension, getting it all ready to then drop down into the bulkhead just to close off this section here, as you can see. And she is looking rather nice, isn't she? Okay. And this is what we're going to end up with at the end. As you can see, doesn't she look beautiful, folks? Yes, Festa. So that's what we're going to end up with. So let's grab all of our bits and bobs and start a bit of assembly for you, okay? So I'm going to have my magazine just to the left so that I can see what I'm doing. And we can start a bit of assembly, peeps, okay? Don't be tempted to press this at all. Just let it be. Because if you press it, you're going to break the speaker. You don't want to do that. Because, yeah, it'll be a very, very tearful situation, folks. So spin it around like so. And you want a wire to come out each side of this tongue. Okay? So just feed it through with your finger like that. Slip it out the way. And if you need to, just use your screwdriver there. Just to slide the wire down out the way so it's not getting pinched anywhere. We can then get our retaining bracket in place, like so. So we want it to go with the recesses that way. So let's just line that up with the pegs, just like that. And then we can hold that in place then with a pair of PS05s. So let's grab them. They're at the back there. No, they're 8s, Colin. Let's get the 5s. There you go. And we'll put a bit of oil on these, just to make them go in and be a little bit smoother. Little drop on the corner there. Pick up our assembly. I use my thumb as a guide just to stop me screwdriver from tattering around like a woodpecker. There you go. And then put the other screw on. A little bit more oil. Like that. And then we'll do the same again. Just rest my thumb there and guide that in place, just like that. Pop. Okay, so that's that done. And as you can see, you can get a little tinsy-wincy little visible grill there. So that's that ready, folks, okay? We've then got our suspension turret to go in, so we'll grab that. Remember, these have got a thick and a thin square on them. So I can only go in the one way. And you'll see on here you've got a corresponding large square towards this front bracket. The skinny one is at the back. So we just want to spin that around so that it lines up. Like that. And then rest that there for a moment. And grab my screw, which is another PS05, which is just there. Drop a little bit of oil on him. Pink. And then we'll get that in a situ, folks, okay? It's going right down into the left side hole. And then just screw that home. Now remember, don't go too tight. And that's in place. It's going nowhere. So we can have that like so. We've then got our little ear roll there to go in place. So I'll just check my pin for burrs, and I tend to file a slight chamfer on the end of these. Just helps them go in the plastic a little bit better. But also where they've been cut, it just removes the little burr around the end there and makes it go in the plastic, for me, a little bit easier. Let's just pop them out of the way, because we're going to bring Eleanor herself in so that we can fit this piece in place, folks. Let's just line me steering wheel up, roll her into situ, and we're going in here with the pin. I'm going to need my rather large pincers, and we're going in this little suspension part just there. Okay. As you can see, that's just slid into place. And then push that through the eye. Like that. Lean that against the suspension. And then I want to try and pincer that in place. Just like that. Okay. Right, we can now bring in our section. And we've got to make sure that we put the spring in and it's retained in place, folks. Okay. So we're going in this way round. These two parts here are going on these two pegs, and the spring itself is going over, and then this slides over this post. So it's a little bit finicky, but it will all go. It might take you a couple of attempts, but this is where my little scalpel comes in handy, because I poke the post through the coils of the spring to get it to line up. And it will go just like that. We can now engage these two lugs in there and bring this all in place like that, which is what we want. Okay. We can then now look at retaining that with the screws in it. So let's grab the PS05. A little bit of oil. Pop. Move that. There you go. Go down in there. Like so, there you go. Right, that's now pulled all of that where I want it. I can relax a bit now. We've then got another PS05 that is going to go towards the back there where that reservoir is. So we'll grab that. Like that. Like that. And then we've got another PS05 that comes round the front. And this will go through and pull down the radiator bracket that is underneath here. Okay, so it's now going to pinch this corner of the bracket into place and stop that from moving around as well. So you may have worried when you first put your radiator in that it was a bit wobbly, but now everything is suitably secure. So that is that, and by powers of deduction, that should only leave the two DS2 screws to go in the side there to retain that to the back of the bulkhead. So let's put a bit of oil on there, just like so. And then we can just fold that forward slightly to get the top one in place. But as you can see, that's pulled that corner right down now. If you remember, it was sticking up a tad. It's now just dropped it straight down, so I knew it would. But obviously on yours, it probably wouldn't stick up like mine did, because I've got the different cylinder heads on mine, see, so yeah. Just roll that mud flap back, or wheel arch flap, shall I say. There you go. And that is that bulkhead all buttoned down now. And you've got to admit, peeps, doesn't she look beautiful? I think she looks gorgeous with the detailed engine there. You know, subtly done, I think. It's new rocker covers, it's new cylinder head and carbs. I just think it's just jazzed the engine up a little bit and just makes her look a little bit more beautiful, doesn't it? And then obviously just tuck any wires that are protruding out of the way, ready for when we hide them in a later edition, folks, okay? So we're going to leave it there. That is Eleanor done for today. Don't forget, if you'd like to build this for yourself and build along with me, folks, follow this link all the way here to the Fanhome website. There's also a clickable version in the description. And take out a subscription for this iconic 1/8 scale model. As you can see, she's coming together beautifully and she is a thing of beauty. Also, to do me a favour, if you could just click little festikins in the corner there and subscribe to my channel, I'll be eternally grateful. Whilst you're there, ring the bell and select all. That way you get notified of upcoming content. Until then, folks, stay safe and well. Thanks so much for keeping me company. See you next time. Bye-bye.